Welcome to Codes of Harmony. uh, okay, so wow, the energy, this energy. This is an exciting message. This is a channeled message. It is a collective, so please keep in mind not everything will resonate for you. Some things will, some things won't. Some things will resonate with you more at another stage in your ascension journey. And yeah, it's a special one. Like every reading is special, obviously. But this one has to do with the violet flame. Okay, so let's just light a bit of sage. Just opening up the space. Confirmation from my Tamagotchi. Yeah, so the Tamagotchi is, whose name is Nook Nook, is like a new, like energetic assistant, is what I'm receiving. Okay. Okay, so the Tamagotchi's hungry. So this has to do with your soul. This has to do with a hunger in your soul that only the violet flame can feed, is what I'm hearing. Can nurture. Okay, so I just gave the Tamagotchi some milk. My guy's work in mysterious ways. It's a Hello Kitty Tamagotchi whose name is Nook Nook, who's just had a piece of pie and some milk. And he's now very happy. Happy. Okay, so the violet flame, the clear, loud message that I've received today. So much energy. Wow. Okay. Whew. Okay. Wow. Okay, the message I've received today is special. It may not resonate with everybody, and they want me to repeat that it may not resonate with you at this point in your ascension journey, but you may feel drawn to continue watching this video and then find that something happens in your spiritual journey in the next short period of time that brings the violet flame into your life. The message is that you were once a priestess of the violet flame. So this is a past life reading. For almost everybody who resonates with this reading, this is a past life reading that goes back to a time where you were actually a priestess. So regardless of what gender you live in now, regardless of the body, the vessel that you're in this incarnation, in the incarnation that this reading is about, you were living as, you were in the vessel and living as a divine feminine, a priestess, and a small amount of you were actually high priestesses of the violet flame. This is such a, like, I feel there's so much, there is the presence of so many ascended masters here in the room. So I just want to acknowledge that. I also want to mention that we're definitely working with the frequency of rose as well as rose quartz, sending extra love with that frequency. And that, yeah, you were once a priestess of the violet flame. So some of the things that I channeled as I was coming into this reading is you were a high priestess or a priestess of the violet flame. You were one of the devotees of Saint Germain, and you were in some kind of sacred space, some kind of temple space that for many of you it was hidden in a hidden place in nature. For many of you it was hidden deep in the woods. For some of you it was on top of a cliff, like a cliff that was very hard to get to, that you could only access via the ocean, essentially. So some of you did work with not only the violet flame but the blue flame, and with water magic. So some of you were also water priestesses. I feel like there's just so many like ascended masters in the room. It's like there's so many, particularly divine feminine ascended masters, the energy of Saint Germain, a beautiful high frequency transmutation that comes with the violet flame. So if you don't know about the violet flame, and this is the first time that you're hearing about it in this incarnation, because trust me, you know about it. By the way, this is Codes of Harmony. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. And thank you for clicking like, share, and subscribe, because it bounces out these messages to get to more members of the collective and we can rise together. Wow. Okay, so if you don't know about it, it transmutes negative energy into positive energy. It's an invisible force that helps us. It's a spiritual force that helps us heal and cleanse and transmute negative energy into positive energy. Okay? An invisible force that some of you actually have the ability to see. This invisible force is very present when you go into meditation, is very present in your astral realm, and is very important to some of your past lives. Like incredibly, deeply important. You are somebody who is very, very connected to the violet flame. Please give me clear divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. The violet flame also helps cleanse and heal karmic contracts. So many of you are closing out karmic contracts at this time. And many of you are finding the strength and the power of the violet flame within you as you close out cycles, as you close down and close out karmic contracts. The violet flame also speaks of and teaches us of love of the self, of forgiveness. It is a bright light. It is the seventh ray of color. So just like a rainbow fracturing through a prism, a diamond, a cube of glass, and fracturing out into the rainbows, energy and frequency also works like this. And so the seventh ray of color is violet. Violet is also a combination of red and blue, so they're talking about this having to do with the blood, having to do with your specific bloodline, having to do with a frequency that is encoded in you, in your soul's DNA from this past life as a priestess of the violet flame. As I said before, many of you were in some kind of temple, some kind of hidden sacred location, sacred healing space where you were a protector of the violet flame. The beauty of the violet flame is also that it can be used by anybody to lift themselves up and out of their current situation, out of pain, out of trauma, out of childhood trauma, particularly clearing the throat chakra. Some of you have are moving very, very heavy childhood trauma at this time, whether you know that or not. Some of you actually have some kind of form of CPTSD, is what we could say. And the violet flame can help you do this. So we really want to reconnect you, okay? So I'm really hoping that this reading reconnects you to some of your memories, gives you some information connected to your past life as a high priestess. Wow, the energy is so intense. Let me just get an incense on. The violet flame is so magic, and it is such a healer. It is such a powerful force of transmuting pain. It is such a you protected the violet flame. Some of you protected the violet flame through wars. Some of you protected the violet flame through famines. Some of you protected the violet flame when there were evil forces coming to try and restrict people's access to the violet flame, which can help all of us transmute trauma, pain, childhood trauma, painful memories. Okay. Okay, some of the other things that I channeled is that you, in this past life, you were chosen, okay? So you were chosen from a crowd as a child, is what I'm hearing. For a very few of you, this is connected to something that's happening to you now, that is happening to you in this incarnation, but for most of you, this is about a past life where you lived and died as a devout priestess of the Violet Flame and Saint Germain. Confirmation from the Tamagotchi from Nook Nook. We also have chosen around the world. So they're also explaining that the group of people who were mostly women that you were working with in this past life, the women that were in the temple with you, many of them had been selected from different places around the world. We have the Three of Pentacles, which speaks of collaboration. You were all collaborating together to protect and elevate and provide extra access and understanding of the violet flame. Please give me clear divine guidance, be most beneficial for everyone involved. I also channeled that when men were taken to this sacred place, when men were taken to this temple, their eyes and their ears were covered so as to keep the sacredness of the temple, so as to keep the protection of the violet flame. We then have the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Cups. Yes, that's amazing. That's so cool. So to have, how did that come out? Is that right? Is that how it's going to come out? So we have the Three of Pentacles, collaboration, coming together, the architect speaking to the designer, speaking to the sponsor, the owner of the property, the owner of the land, the owner of the temple. So you were working very clearly with the high priestess of the temple, of this sacred space. We then have the Wheel of Fortune, which is speaking about your ability to go from the bottom of the wheel to the top of the wheel with this beautiful transmutation, this power of transmutation that comes through the violet flame. Clearing the throat chakra. And then the Three of Cups. So that's amazing. For some of you, you had like a sisterhood of three is what I'm hearing. Please give me clear divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. Okay, so in this past life, please give me clear divine guidance. Come on. There's so many ascended masters. There are so many ascended masters that walk with you. There are so many other high priestesses and priestesses of other dimensions, other timelines, other portals. That's the other thing about this sacred place, is that you were very much a protector of a portal that then connected to, they're showing tunnels that go to other sacred locations and other sites that were portals around the world, is what I'm hearing. Again, I'm seeing the ocean. Now I'm seeing a unicorn running out of the waves of an ocean. Many of you have unicorn frequency, unicorn enlightenment is what I'm hearing. Please give me clear divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. I just want to acknowledge all of the Ascended Masters present. I just would like to acknowledge the Ascended Masters incarnated of you, of course. I would also like to acknowledge your ancestors, known and unknown. I would like to also acknowledge that within me. We then have the we have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands speaks of looking out, of desiring, of wanting more, of seeking further beyond the horizon. This is what you allow and teach people to do via giving them access to the violet flame. The violet flame is also known as the violet fire. The violet fire is the violet flame. You have a safe place to burn away what is no longer part of your future, to burn away heavy, painful attachments to childhood memories, to past traumas, to past betrayals, even if they are rather recent for you. Please give me clear divine guidance for most beneficial for everyone involved. I'm seeing a giraffe. That might be meaningful for some of you. I'm seeing a purple blossom. I'm seeing a series of purple blossoms turning to light. You have a very beautiful frequency. You have a very divine frequency. You're very beautiful in many, many ways. We then have the World card. This is this very big energy of like, it's kind of like X-Men, but like priestesses of the Violet Flame is what I'm picking up on. We then have the Eight of Pentacles, which is of course about learning. Okay, so many of you are relearning the Violet Flame. Many of you are relearning who and what you are. Many of you are relearning your Akashic access. You have access to the Akashic records is what I'm hearing. There's so much energy. Okay, let's just, so I'm an energy worker as well, if you didn't know. And so let's just work with like trying to settle this energy a little bit, okay? I work with Reiki, I work with quantum healing. So this is also about quantum healing. For many of you, if you don't know, you have ability and access into the quantum healing sphere, okay? So let's just bring the energy down. Let's bring the energy into the violet flame. Okay, so imagine the violet flame. Imagine it within you, expanding. Imagine this powerful, glowing violet flame reconnecting to all the parts of you that it once worked with. Now seeing the temple in the forest. I'm seeing the temple on the cliff. Please give me clear divine guidance. That'd be most beneficial for everyone involved. Okay. This is so much fucking energy. Holy fuck. Who are you? Okay. And I'm calling in like only those who are ready to receive this knowledge and only those who are ready to remember who they are, okay? You have a very important place within the Temple of the Violet Flame is what I'm hearing, and you're being asked to remember that. You are being asked to reconnect with the Violet Flame. Okay, let's move to the Adventure Time Tarot. Let's get some clarifications here. I love the threes as well. For some of you, you're actually currently being invited to work with, or you are working with, or you have some kind of 3D connection with priestesses of the Violet Flame that you shared this sacred space with. I just saw a horse running, like a cantering horse. Palomino. Please give me clear divine guidance. There's a clarification for the Three of Pentacles. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everything that you are. May you continue to transmute your shadow. May you continue to call in light. May you find a safe place to burn brightly within the violet flames. Please give me clear divine guidance. You have the Fool. Yeah. Going back to who you are, going back to the top of the mountain is what I'm hearing. Please give me clear divine guidance. Just 1 second. That'll be most beneficial for everyone involved. Okay, we then have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords to clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Please give me clear divine guidance. Many of you have had your throat chakras attacked, whether this is in this incarnation or the one where you were living as a priestess of the violet flame. Many of you have the opportunity to travel to a place where the violet flame still burns very brightly in the 3D. Excuse. A lot of you are purging because that is what the violet flame does. The violet flame purges and regenerates the cells. Many of you are going through divine DNA activations that are of purple, violet, pink, and red hues. These are the different rays of healing. These are different colors and frequencies that you can tap into. Again, red, violet, purple, and pink. These colors you will see a lot around you tomorrow particularly. Clarifying the Wheel of Fortune, which was, as we said before, is about you having the ability to go from the bottom of the wheel to the top of the wheel. You have this innate ability. But what's most important is that you have an ability to teach people this ability. What's most important is that you understand that the violet flame has always lived within you. And you had to be in a spiritual amnesia in order for you to be able to continue protecting the violet flame up until this point in time in the collective ascension. We have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords clarifying the Wheel of Fortune. So you've been resting. That's what I'm talking about. You've been resting, okay? Maybe for a few lifetimes. Who knows? We then have... So just ground your energy. Like, you just need to ground your energy, okay? Just love and believe in yourself because you have the violet flame within you. Page of Swords. Page of Swords. Yeah. You were the baby of the group. And I just heard that really loud and clear. You were the baby of the group. I just heard you are no longer the baby of the group. I don't know exactly what that means. That's going to mean something different for all of you. But the fact that we have the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups on either side of the World card. And then we have the Fool, the Four of Swords, and the Page of Swords. We then have the Nine of Coins, which is so dang cute. This is like a raspberry. If you don't know if you know Adventure Time might be beneficial for you to look into at the moment or to watch some Adventure Time. We then have, so that's clarifying the Two of Wands. Okay, let's get some clarification for the World card, please. Please give me clear divine guidance that would be most beneficial for everyone involved. Messages for the priestesses of the violet flame. The violet flame is also about those who have been abandoned, those who have been orphaned, those who have been left behind, those that have been betrayed by people who should have been their protectors, who should have been there loving and caring for them. For some of you, this is about a parental figure or a guardian of some sort. For some of you, this is about a sibling, particularly an older sibling. And for some of you, this is about the adult version of yourself abandoning your childhood. But I did say child, so some of you may have abandoned a child, which is a trauma all of its own for both of you, I'm sure. Please give me clear divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. I'm feeling like a rocking motion, like being on a rocking chair kind of thing. We then have a lemongrab coming through, which may be significant for somebody out there, with the Knight of Coins. And that's clarifying the World card. The Knight of Coins, the Knight of Coins. I keep getting the sense of travel, like I keep getting the sense of you being invited or destined to actually travel to a place where, okay, thank you, Spirit. Some of you are actually gonna travel near to or to the same country, location, culture that this temple actually existed in, like where you were the high priestess or priestess, sorry. Wow. Okay. Please give us clear divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. What other messages do we need to bring through? Like the main point is that you need to understand that you are and always have been a protector of the violet flame. You need to begin working with the violet flame again. We have the Two of Coins, Two of Pentacles. Please give me clear divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. I also got a message around eagle eyes, having the eyes of an eagle, and having anger that can break energetic bindings. So that's like the frequency and energy of like divine feminine rage, like just righteous rage and retribution. The violet flame also speaks about being in service to humanity, being in service to all beings who work with humanity, all energies that come forward and help and assist humanity. You have such a beautiful frequency. It's like there's this missing piece that you don't understand, and it's a violet. I'm seeing like a purple violet puzzle piece now. And this is actually like such an essential part of your like healing practice. This is such an essential part of your purpose and your calling in this incarnation is deeply connected to the violet flame. I keep wanting to say violet fire as well. So some of you need to look at your fire placements in your birth chart and start harmonizing, loving, being respectful to the fire placements within your birth chart. So to me, that's like bringing forth the energy that you're more comfortable sitting in emotions. You're more comfortable acting from a place of emotion. You're more comfortable, I just heard, sporadically expressing emotion. That's interesting. We then have the Knight of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands who's on a reindeer. So that's interesting this time of year, and has a flame in their hand that has like an arrow in it, right? We then have the King of Cups, divine masculine energy, ability to love. Some of you have deep father wounding. Some of you have deep uncle wounding, is what I just heard. 10 of Wands, betrayal. So we're looking at your childhood betrayal now, whether this is from this incarnation or another. Please give us clear divine. You were not believed, is what I'm hearing. You spoke really loudly, but you were not believed. And like allow tears to fall, allow the energy to fall away from that, because there's a lot of heavy pent up sadness that is connected to that. And they also want you to know that you were heard. You were absolutely heard. You were completely heard. In fact, the more you were heard, the more you were intentionally ignored and disrespected. Please give me clear divine guidance to be most beneficial for everyone involved. I really hope that you do find healing with your childhood wounding. I want you to know how important your voice is. I want you to know how strong and powerful this connection to the violet flame really is. I want you to know how much you can actually transmute every painful childhood trauma that you hold, every time that somebody has betrayed you, every time that somebody has wronged you. We then have the Temperance. Temperance is Sagittarius energy. Temperance is about balance. Temperance is about being able to find a good balance between hot and cold. Please give me clear divine guidance. I see a silver dragon. Some of you are being offered assistance by a silver dragon. Please give me clear divine guidance being most beneficial for everyone involved. I see a mermaid. Some of you have mermaid connections and mermaid frequencies, which is interesting because they were showing me that there were tunnels from your temple, from your sacred place, from this like church or sacred place that was devoted to the seventh ray, which is the violet flame, the violet fire. Some of you are being triggered just by this like remembrance, okay? And I'm feeling like a pain, like there's a lot of pain to the right side of my body, which is the masculine side of the body. So some of you have like, I'm a like channel, so I'm channeling and my vessel is telling me information about your story. Some of you have severe wounding, whether that's physical, emotional, spiritual, in the ethers or otherwise, onto your masculine side. Please give me clear divine guidance be most beneficial for everyone involved. Yeah, I highly encourage you to look into the violet flame further. I highly encourage, even if you think you know a lot about it, there's been new things revealed within the ether. Things are slowly being revealed. So there's like this energy of secrecy. You may also find that you have a complex relationship with secrecy, whether that's you struggle to keep secrets or you struggle to tell secrets. That felt weird to say for some reason. That's like your energy is like biting the tongue. I just heard biting the tongue that feeds you, which is fucking weird. Maybe that's about the way you're expressing yourself right now and the way that you expressed yourself when you were a child. And now I'm seeing this two of coins like a baby, like there's a baby energy. And this has been coming through in the readings a little bit recently about there being such a heavy rebirthing taking place. Wow. Okay, I'm just going to sit the cards down for a minute because there's just such a... it's like I'm standing in a room just surrounded by ascended masters. And some of these frequencies are you and connected to you. Some of them are ascended masters that you work with. And all of them are connected to the violet flame. And I'm also hearing there are some things they don't want me to mention and talk about that has to do with shamanic gifts that you either are allowed to or not allowed to access in this incarnation. You can understand this via the painful memories that you're refusing to transmute, via the violet flame that you definitely have inside, that you know that you hold inside. So there's like this very strange like resistance to the self-knowledge, to the self-understanding, to the self-healing that actually sits within you. It's an awkward energy. It's not a nice energy to be in, but it's something that you feel very familiar in, something that you're very used to being in. Just keep breathing as you take on these messages as well. Just allow them to just flow through you. All things shall pass, especially when you know you can, and you remember that you can use this power of the violet flame, okay? The final thing they want me to share with you is that the violet flame carries us through dark nights of the soul, through integrations of all that we learn in those dark nights, and through initiations. So I really hope so much that, like, there's so much I've wanted to say in this reading that I've held back because there is a very strong spiritual secret that you actually hold within, that you've been protecting for many lifetimes, whether that's consciously or not, whether that is living in devotion of the violet flame and Saint Germain or not. You have this like really important role in the Akashics. It is evident that this role is connected to a lot of seals, a lot of spiritual seals that not everyone is supposed to see inside of. So I will respect, I of course respect and I'm so grateful for the presence of all these ascended masters, especially the goddesses, especially the high priestesses. Thank you for all of your spirit guides. Thank you for all of my spirit guides as we continue to work through this ongoing um, they don't even want me to say that. Okay. Look into your relationship with secrecy, your relationship with truth, and what you actually hold in your body, because you're holding so much tension. You're holding so much repressed sadness, specifically linked to your childhood, and some very painful past life memories that may also be coming back to you. Um, yeah. So let's just, I'll close this off by saying thank you so much um, for bravely stepping back into who you are. Thank you for reconnecting with the violet flame. Thank you for the many years of service in incarnations before this one that you have given to the violet flame. By transmuting the violet via the violet flame, clearing the throat chakra. Via the transmutation, okay. Via the transmutation of the violet flame that lives within you, that sits within you, as we use this violet flame to transmute pain, we learn to love thyself. In loving the self, you will love the collective. In loving the self, you will find love for the collective. In harmonizing with the violet flame that has been within you for centuries, I'm hearing, for lifetimes and every moment you have spent in this incarnation. By connecting with this violet flame, you will empower all divine feminine energies around you. Some light language and light codes is coming through. So many of you are having problems trusting in this violet flame. Some of you see purple. Some of you actually see in violet at different moments, particularly when you're emotionally overwhelmed. Some of you find that the color purple and violet follows you everywhere you go. as you transmute the trauma and pain within yourself via connecting with the violet fire. You connect with and heal and transmute the pain and trauma of the earth, including the trauma of the dinosaurs, the trauma of the very beginning. I Oira ngoi te konisite. Te koi tre ke o sera te ki o mora te ke oromo. Te ka te rekana te koromo te sita. This is the energy of the violet fire. On behalf of all of the priestesses, high priestesses, goddesses, deities, and Saint Germain, I return and reconnect your access to the violet flame. May you know self-love. May you know self-love. May you know self-love. May you love the self. May we all remember the true alchemy of life, of love, of being in service. So much love from Codes of Harmony. And remember, you can always call in and connect and transmute via the violet